morning and welcome to volume 6 part 2. Come last night quite late and threw out 3 singles and just got a bit of a run on the other one I think. Anyway, come last night, threw out 3 singles and off it went this morning with his absolute pearler. Let's get it back. Well, good morning. You join me at 8 o'clock on the Thursday morning. Nice little result and a nice early fish to start off with. Come last night just as the sun was going down and just wrapped up to the spots and cast out 3 singles over to the opposite margin when I was picking them fish up previously. Off it rattled this morning with that fully scaled, coming in at 25. That's 2 I've had round about that weight now, nice little result, lovely fish to have on the bank and definitely one for my Falto album. I'm going to be joining Neil a bit later on. He's down in the shallows, so I'll be packing up here tomorrow morning and heading over there to do the last bit of session with him. Not on next week, there's Midlands Game Fairs on, so I've been advised to keep away from the venue as they've got all the dogs swimming in the bleeding lake. So yeah, I'll keep away for that one. So I'm going to put in a little bit of extra time, probably do 52 hours down here this week. Yeah, I'm just going to have a brew now and just settle into the session. So I'll speak to you shortly. I'll just leave you a view of the swim from 8 o'clock this morning. Speak to you shortly. We've got an angler that's going to go on the opposite side to where I'm fishing, so I'm going to make a move. Obviously, because there's an angler going over there, that gives them the right to fish half of the lake, so it's going to push me out, so I'm going to make the move. I'm either going to go in the car park swim or I'm going to head over to where Neil is in the logs swim. So I'm just going to get all this packed away. Just started to load the barra, as you can see, and make the move. So I'll speak to you shortly when I'm in the new swim. Well, as you can see, I've made the move down to the car park swim. I've got 2 rods out in open water and 1 down in the margin to the right, just in front of the sluice. As I said, I'm only going to be here for till about 10 in the morning. Then I'm going to head over to see Neil and do the remaining session down there with him. It's looking okay. I've not actually seen any fish in any part of the lake, so it's looking a little bit dead at the moment. But I can't grumble. I've had that beautiful fully scaled, so quite chuffed about that. So just getting all my gear together and settling for the session. I don't think I'm going to touch the rods again. The time is 2:30. About all of them went out on the money, so I can't see any need to recast them. I'll see a bit later, but yeah, I'm quite happy where they went, and I'm quite happy that they're presented. Good afternoon, you join me at 3:30. All's quiet at the moment. We've got some pretty crazy weather at the moment. We've had high winds, southwesterly winds. It's actually been pushing around all the different directions down this side of the lake, and there's been no signs of fish at all. As I said, I moved from down there because obviously there's another angler that wanted to fish opposite me, but to be honest, I'd have moved anyway because the fish are not down there. When I was down there the week before, there was lumping out all down to the right. Total different this session, with absolutely no activity down there. Well, to be honest, there's no activity down on the lake at all. I'm trying to think whether they're down on the end of the wind, which is southwesterly, which is just pushing into the Oak Swim, which I'm planning on going in tomorrow anyway. So I'm going to bide my time here, just keep feeding the spots, and hopefully the fish will push in here. Yeah, until then, I'll just show you the view from my swim. Good evening, and you join me at 8 o'clock, and the sun's just starting to drop away quickly now. Been a really slow day, apart from them fish that I've seen out of my spots this morning that resulted in the take. I have not seen one sign of fish. Past half an hour, I've just started to see fish down on my left hand side. Seen about 2 or 3, but nothing in numbers. And I can see half of the lake from here, and it's absolutely void of fish. So I can only go on the down on the left hand side. Neil's just texted me, and he's managed a small common, I think it was. So yeah, the moves down there is probably going to be a good thing for me tomorrow. Hopefully throughout the night, I might be able to pick something up. Right, until I either talk to you during the hours of darkness or first thing in the morning, I'll speak to you shortly. Well, good morning. You join me on what has been a very quiet 24 hours and a very quiet night. It's been 24 hours since I've actually seen a fish down here on Weston. Absolutely nothing during the night. Did have a little bit of an occurrence on the left hand rod about 3 o'clock, but that developed into nothing. Just spoke to Neil. He said there's a few fish milling around down in the shallows. I was going to move down there anyway, so I'm going to go and have a bit of a social and a bit of do some filming for this blog. I'm just starting to pack my stuff up, and I'm going to head off over there. So until you join me in the new swim, which will be the logs, I'll speak to you shortly. Right, good afternoon guys. As I said previous, I was going to be joined by Neil Golden, and this is him. Neil's been down, been on the syndicate from the start when joined
Just this year, yeah.
Had some really cracking results down here, so besides looking at my ugly mug, we're going to pass you over to Neil for the remainder of the session. We've got 24 hours, so conditions are not the best. It's not been fishing too well, so we've got to make things happen, haven't we?
Yeah, I've been slightly up against it. I first got here and miscalculated my wraps a little bit, and unfortunately ended up in a tree. So that was the first sort of hurdle that I faced. A couple of minutes later, after resetting the rod, I decided to go in the lake, not intentionally, but went in nevertheless. Got changed, relaxed, thought I'd have a cheeky beer, knocked it over my terminal tackle. Yeah, had a few things like that happen, including a kettle spillage earlier this morning as well. But I've put 2 fish on the bank, which is good. Wind's pushing down this way.
That's 2 towels.
Yeah, it was nice.
I'll show you the picture of that now. Really nice fish. What was the other one? Common?
Yeah, a little feisty common. Lovely little fella. Regrettably, due to a camera misfunction, again, just to add to my recent woes, I've got no footage of that one, but such is life.
Yes, yeah. Now we're going to settle into the session and see how it pans out. Well, speak to you shortly.
Thanks for joining us. I'm on a swim called the Shallows. So I've been asked just to do a bit on the bait that I'm using that's definitely doing the trick at the moment. So this is it's the 4G squid, and what I've done, you'll see there's a texture on it. So I've used the liquid, 4G liquid, and then I've actually put the 4G cultured stick mix over the top. So what it technically does, it turns each freebie into a cultured hook bait, very similar to what I'm actually using on the hair. So just as a little edge as well, I've put the 4G salt dust over the top. Now the idea of the salt dust is it actually triggers more of a feeding pattern in the water. This has been responsible for a lot of fish here on Weston Park, so it's definitely doing the trick.
Is that what you've had your fish on when you've been down here?
Yeah, I've done so. I think this is my 5th session, and I think I'm getting on for about 19 fish now.
Yeah, that's good going, isn't it?
So
good going. It's definitely doing the business, isn't it?
rod out. I showed you the 4G squid earlier. That's responsible for obviously 50% of the fish. The other 50 has come from key cultured. So I'm just putting the hook bait on now. But John noticed something earlier when I was casting out and said, "You've still got a bit of stuff on your lead." And I did, but purposely. So the advantage with the Nash leads is the coating on it allows you to adapt the lead to the bottom you're fishing over. So for example, if you've got some clay, you get some clay in your hand and you just mould it around the lead. Here it's quite weedy, so all I do is just camouflage the lead. There's actually a really good video on the Nash website that Alan Blair did on this. So it's not actually my invention, it's come from him, to be fair, but it's over a weedy bottom. The camo on that's quite good, to be fair.
Cracking idea. Well, what we're saying, Neil, we're blanking our asses off.
Yeah, we're doing it well though.
Yeah, we're doing it well. We're doing it well and doing it in style. Nothing to report, ever so quiet at the moment. This big southerly we was expecting to bring fish down here, hasn't so far. Just going to keep at it. You feeling confident?
Always confident, always confident.
Okay.
Good bait, good venue, so yeah, I think we're in with a chance. seen a few fish the last hour or so, so I think the rain's going to kick in maybe a little bit, the wind's sort of coming up, so tonight could be the night.
Yep, so if we have a fish in the night, being there's two of us, I'll be able to video record it, and if not, I'll see it in the morning. See you soon.
See ya.
Cheers, brother.
He's big fish with it.
Yeah, so. Yep, Neil's seeing things. It's getting to that time of the blanking session where Neil's starting to see things that are not there. Everybody does it.
It's the lack of sleep.
Yeah.
Every wave looks like a hunchback coming out the water.
Oh, there's a fish. Oh, no. Joined me at 8:30 on the Saturday morning, and unfortunately for both me and Neil, we had an unsuccessful night. The wind continued to hack into here for most of the night, and just to top it off, we had a downpouring of rain. Neil's in the shallows at the moment, working hard to try and put a fish on the bank for the blog. Really hope he does. I've got my rods out, I've recast all of them, and hopefully something will come to him before 12 o'clock when I'm due to go off. It's just, you know, from 36 hours ago till now, it's just been really slow. From when I first turned up down on the other end of the lake, fish was fizzing, fish was showing, fish was active, and there was feeding, and obviously that resulted in that fish for both me and Neil. We both had fish on the same day, but you know, as soon as that wind started to pick up and drive across the lake, it's been really slow. I haven't actually seen a fish for 36 hours. I've seen one this morning, just mid-water. So hopefully they'll push in before 12 o'clock when I've got to go. So until later, or when we've got a fish on the bank, I'll speak to you shortly. Well, good afternoon. You join me at 12 o'clock and it's time to wrap up the session. It's been a pretty difficult session we've had, hasn't it?
Yeah, everything's been against us, to be honest. I mean, we had a few fish, didn't we? Sadly for me, just before we started recording, but you know, such is life. Next time I'm down is in a couple of weeks. I'm hopefully going to try and hook up with Neil again a bit later on in the year. But yeah, thanks for your input into the video. Learned some interesting stuff with it, especially with the lead. I was very impressed with that. So until next time, wet nets, tight lines, and I'll see you on my next video.
Yeah, really enjoyed it, pal.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Okay.